Now in this video we are going to look at the preparations and properties of alkynes, right? We have stopped at isomerism of alkynes in the previous video. Now we are going to continue with its preparations, right? We are going to look into two reactions by which you will get alkyne as the product, because these are preparation of alkynes, right? You should get alkyne as the product. Whatever substrate you take, whatever reagent you take, it should give you alkyne in the first reaction as well as second reaction. That means it is the preparation of alkyne, right? Whatever may be the substrate, whatever may be the reagent, right? So now let us see what reactions can be possible for preparation of alkyne. The first reaction is by using calcium carbide you can prepare alkynes, right? What is the formula of calcium carbide? CaC2 is the formula for calcium carbide. Calcium carbide you cannot get directly. So to get calcium carbide, what you have to do is take lime and heat it with carbon. Take lime and heat it with carbon. When you do so, what happens is calcium combines with carbon to get calcium carbide, and then carbon monoxide is the product. So what I will do is I will write carbon monoxide first and calcium carbide now. This calcium carbide up on hydrolysis or reaction with water. On reaction with water, it gives you as alkyne. In this calcium carbide, calcium always has a +2 charge, that means carbide has -2 charge, right? -2 means from 1 water you get 1 H plus, so from 2 water you get 2 H plus. 1 H plus for 1 minus, 1 H plus for another one. -2 can be overcome by +2. Therefore, calcium carbide on reaction with water will give you acetylene, or which alkyne? Ethine. Same way I can make use of calcium carbide, but the disadvantage of this method is calcium carbide can give you only which alkyne? Ethine. Can you get propyne from calcium carbide? Can you get propyne from calcium carbide? No, you cannot get propyne from calcium carbide, because in calcium carbide there are only 2 carbons. Therefore, alkyne having only 2 carbons is possible to prepare by this method. Higher than that, it's not possible, right? That was the first preparation of alkynes. Going to the next preparation of alkynes are by using vicinal dihalides. What is the formula of vicinal dihalides? On both the carbons side by side there should be one halide. Cl on this first carbon and Cl on second carbon, or Br on first carbon and Br on second carbon. Those are called as vicinal dihalides, right? In the previous case of reaction of ethylene also we have already seen vicinal dihalides. Sorry, for the preparation of alkenes also we have taken the example of vicinal dihalide, but the reagent there was zinc. If I take vicinal dihalide, what does it mean by vicinal? This carbon also there is one halide, this carbon also there is one halide, and both should be side by side, right? If I take vicinal dihalide in the presence of zinc as a reagent, what will zinc do? It forms ZnBr2 with both. You get ZnBr2, and this bond gets broken, this bond gets broken, you will get a double bond here, and what will be the product you get there? You will get alkene there. But here I am not going to show the reagent of zinc, I am going to change the reagent to KOH. Whenever vicinal dihalides are undergoing a reaction with KOH or any base for that matter, you can take NaOH as well, but it should be a good base. If good base is present, what happens is elimination of HBr takes place. What does it mean by this reaction? HBr means hydrobromide, right? So what is the elimination reaction? hydrobromination. If are you adding hydrobromination or you are removing hydrobromination? You are removing hydrobromination, so this reaction is called as dehydrobromination, right? First time if I remove dehydrobromination, hydrogen from this carbon and bromine from the other carbon reacts and you will get a double bond. The same reaction if it continues for the second time, hydrogen of this side, bromine of this side. I will write the substrate rather a simpler form, right? I will label these hydrogens as A and B, same way bromine also as A and B. Is it okay? Right. Now what I do is, I will do dehydrobromination first time. What happens? Dehydrobromination means removal of small molecule like HBr from the compound. Which HBr will be eliminated out? First bromine and second hydrogen will be eliminated out to give what? Because from the same carbon H and Br cannot eliminate. From one carbon hydrogen, from the other carbon bromine, that reaction we have already seen there, right? The same reaction will take place even here. What happens is, this hydrogen remains as it is, this bromine remains as it is. What happens now? Which bromine is remaining? Second bromine and first hydrogen, right? If you are removing this hydrogen, this bond gets broken. If you are removing this bromine, this bond gets broken. That means instead of two bonds getting broken, you will get a pi bond. What is the name of the compound? You are using alkane to get alkene. Which alkane you are using? 1,2 dibromoethane is used to give 1-bromoethene, right? 1-bromoethene you are getting. This 1-bromoethene undergoes dehydrobromination again in the presence of same reagent, which should be KOH, and the elimination takes place once again. If you remove HBr once again from alkene, if you remove HBr once again from alkene, you will get one more bond. These two top hydrogens remain as it is. If I break this bond and this bond, one more pi bond gets added. Already there was two bond, one more pi bond gets added. What is the name of this compound? 1, 2, 3, 4 tetravalence is there. 1, 2, 3, 4 tetravalence is there. The compound which you get now is called as alkyne. How can you prepare alkyne from vicinal dihalide? If you use zinc, you will get till alkene only by removing Br in a single step of debromination, right? Whenever zinc is used. But instead of zinc, if you use KOH, you will not eliminate Br2. Instead, you will eliminate HBr first time and HBr first time, right? Second time. If you use zinc as the reagent, what happens? Directly you will eliminate both the bromines in a single step itself, giving you a double bond in the product. But if you remove one HBr, you will get one pi bond, another HBr, another pi bond. Total you will get 3 bonds in the compound, which is nothing but alkyne. This is the preparation of alkynes. Next we will see properties of alkynes. Now let us look at properties of alkynes. That means the special features of alkynes. Alkynes has multiple bonds in it, which means 2 pi bonds are there. In alkenes we had 1 pi bond. So whatever reaction alkene can undergo, even alkynes can have, which are nothing but addition reaction. On alkene we have seen addition of Br2, addition of Cl2, addition of H2, addition of HBr, addition of HOH, addition of HCl. All these reagents we have seen that they are getting added on an alkene, right? The same addition reactions can be performed even for alkynes in which the number of pi bonds are 3, right? So we will see that reactions also. But now let us look at the first property of alkyne, which is acidic nature of alkyne. Let me take the simplest alkyne to explain its acidic nature. Acidic nature means we call HCl as acid. Why do you call HCl as acid? Because it has H plus ions. Why do you call nitric acid as acid? Because H plus NO3 minus it can have, right? Acidic nature means it should have the ability to give H plus ions. They are called as acid. That same acidic nature is present in alkyne also. Why? Because there is a triple bond here. The hybridization of alkyne, we forgot to mention the hybridization of alkyne. What is the hybridization of alkyne? What is the hybridization of carbon present in alkyne? Is sp hybridization. Whenever sp hybridization is present on the carbon, that carbon is more electronegative. In HCl also chlorine is more electronegative, is it? Because chlorine is more electronegative, what will it do? It will take the electrons away from hydrogen, making hydrogen as H plus and Cl as Cl minus. Just like that, even this part, which part? C triple bond C part behaves like more electronegative part because of sp hybridization. And if this is more electronegative, what it will do? It will take the electrons towards itself, and if it does so, what happens to hydrogen? It behaves like H plus ion. Same way from this side also, if it takes this electron towards itself, what happens? Hydrogen behaves as H plus. Negative charge will come on this, positive charge will come on this. Same way, negative charge will come on this, positive charge will come on this. Because of that nature, hydrogens which are directly attached to C triple bond C, they only are called as acidic hydrogens. If hydrogen is, if you take this alkyne as an example, does it have any hydrogens directly attached to this part? No. Hydrogens are not directly attached. It is attached to carbon first, then to this part, right? So this type of alkynes don't have any acidic hydrogens. Whereas if I take this type of alkyne, you have to first round the central part, which is more electronegative part. On that part, if there is any hydrogen directly attached, yes. How many acidic hydrogens? 1. In this alkyne, how many acidic hydrogens? 2. In this alkyne, how many acidic hydrogens? 0. It has 0 acidic hydrogens. It has 1 acidic hydrogens. It has 2 acidic hydrogens. If you compare the acidity of first, second and third, who is more acidic? Whoever can give more H plus ions are more acidic. Therefore, first compound is more acidic, second compound is least acidic, and third compound comes in between. That means which hydrogens you should always check are the hydrogens directly attached to this part, not the hydrogens which are indirectly attached to this part, right? Now let us look at the acidic nature of the first compound only, right? Now acidic hydrogens are present. That means if suppose I take HCl as an acid and I take sodium, what happens? Will acid react with sodium? Yes, it reacts with sodium to give what? Na plus and Cl minus. It reacts with acid, it reacts with sodium to form Na plus Cl minus. Same way, if I add sodium metal to this alkyne, what happens? Wherever H plus is there, sodium will come. Wherever H plus is there, Na plus will come. What happens is, this part gets minus charge and sodium salt comes. What is the name of this compound? Sodium acetylide. It is a salt, right? Sodium acetylide. To that, if I add one more sodium, what happens? Even this hydrogen is also lost. Na plus C minus triple bond, Na plus C minus triple bond. What is the name of this compound? Disodium acetylide. Sodium chloride is the name of this salt, right? Just like that, sodium acetylide is the name of this salt. If I take 2 times Na plus Cl minus, you will get 2 salts disodium acetylide, right? So this is the acidic nature of alkyne. You please copy so that I will erase this. Single sodium acetylide is enough. Here I have taken 3 compounds. The first one has 2 acidic hydrogens, that means it can form disodium acetylide salt. The second one has 0 acidic hydrogens, that means can it form any salt? No. If acidic hydrogens are not there, that means it cannot even form the salt. Same way, third compound has only 1 acidic hydrogen, that means it can only form monosodium acetylide, not disodium acetylide, right? That was the one of the property of alkyne. Coming to the next property of alkyne are addition reactions. Whatever reagent you take, that will be the product of addition, right? So what I will do, I will take this alkyne, and if I add bromine reagent, what happens? Pi bond. Right? If bromine reagent is added, one bond breaks. Same way, if I add Cl2 reagent, what happens? Cl is added. If I add hydrogen reagent, what happens? One hydrogen, another hydrogen. If I take water, HOH, alcohol, right? Next, what is the next reagent? HCl. What is the reagent here? H plus on one carbon, Cl minus on another carbon. This is one of the product. That means if I do addition reactions by taking only one Br2, only one Cl2, only one H2, only 1 mole of the reagent I am using, means this will be the product. But if I take excess of bromine, excess of chlorine, excess of hydrogen, excess of HBr, excess of water and excess of HCl, will the reaction stop at this stage only? No, it will continue to the next step also, and the reaction takes place even second time to give which product is this. If you add bromine once again, even this bond breaks to give you this product. If I add chlorine once again, what will I get? What was the product first? Even chlorine is added here also. If I add H2 once again, what will I get? You will get hydrogen here also. Alkane you will get. Same way, if I add HBr once again, what will be the product? HBr. What was the, from here we should continue. Where did I add HBr here? I have added HCl in fact. So I will write for, first I will write for water. For adding 1 molecule of water, this is what you got. That means if I add 2 molecules of water, right? But it will not take place this way, because it is, this molecule is called as enol. What is the name of this molecule? Especially for water only. If you add water to alkyne, you will get enol. Enol means double bond and alcohol side by side is called as enol, which is unstable and it will tautomerize into ketone. Sorry, aldehyde. Aldehyde you will get. Enol is unstable and it will stabilize into its more stable tautomer called as aldehyde, right? Hydrogen is as it is, this becomes double bond O and this hydrogen comes here. CH3C double bond OH it becomes, right. Same way if I add HCl to this stage, you will get the different product. These are the addition reactions of a triple bond. Till now we have seen addition reactions of only double bond, right. Depending on the reagent you will get the product. That is one of the property of alkyne. The next property of alkyne is polymerization. Polymerization was present even for alkene also. The same polymerization is possible even for alkynes. Here if I take alkynes side by side, in what way? In linear way, is it? I am taking n number of alkynes in a linear way. That means they will form a product which is linear. What happens? This pi bond breaks and it forms a bond with this. This pi bond breaks and it forms a bond here. Same way this pi bond breaks and it forms a bond here, right. This will be the product. Let me write all the alkenes. I will not elaborate the bond. Instead of writing H bond C, I will simply write CH triple bond CH, CH triple bond CH, CH triple bond CH. One alkene, second alkyne and third alkyne, right. Here what happens? Polymerization means the double bond breaks and it forms a bond with the previous alkyne. This multiple bond also break. It has only two and a bond is formed in between these two. This pi bond also breaks and you will get a bond in between these two. Like this, n number of times alkynes are getting polymerized in the form of a linear chain to get what product? Polyacetylene. What is the name of this alkyne? Acetylene. So what will be the name of the alkyne? What is the name of the product? Is polyacetylene. If you are using alkyne to do polymerization, you will get polyalkyne. Which alkyne you are using here? You are using acetylene here. So if many acetylenes are getting polymerized, you will get polyacetylenes and the polymer is in the form of a linear chain, right. You can also take alkyne as an example to do polymerization in the form of a cycle. What you have to do? Here also what I will be doing is, I will be taking 3 alkynes but in the form of a cycle. What I will do? I will take 3 alkynes side by side to make a ring. Here I have taken 3 alkynes in the form of a linear chain to get a linear product. Now what I will do? I will take 3 acetylenes this way. What happens is, here also polymerization takes place. Here also polymerization takes place, in which now I will not show the bond. What I will do is, suppose this was one alkyne, this was another alkyne and this was another alkyne, right. When you do polymerization, what happens is, this bond breaks and you will get a bond instead here. This bond breaks and you will get a bond here. This bond breaks and you will get a bond here. What is the name of this compound? CH double bond CH. Alternate pi bonds are present. It is benzene, right. So this reaction is very important reaction of polymerization, which is done in the presence of red hot copper tube. When you study the preparation of benzene, you will see N-hexene undergoing polymerization, to give benzene. That reaction we have studied. And N-hexane getting cyclized to give benzene, and acetylene also getting polymerized to give you benzene. Both the reactions come under the preparation of benzene in the next topic. But you remember what exactly happens here. is polymerization, means old bond should break, new bond should form. Old bond should break, new bond should form. Old bond should break, new bond should form. What is then? How many acetylenes you are using here? 3 acetylenes in the presence of red hot copper tube. They all combine together to form a ring which is called as benzene. These are all the properties of alkynes. So we have finished alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. In the next class we will look at saturated hydrocarbons are over, unsaturated hydrocarbons are over. Next we have aromatic compound, that is benzene. Okay. Now thank you.